I'm going to turn to page 7, the Kurukulla prayer book. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings. To you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings. To you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings. To you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who are wise, then I prostrate. With pure bodies, form supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not. Incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior, having great compassion, founder, having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage, to all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms, atoms, and all aspects, with supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions. Perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all-seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of God's protector's heart, to tip of this fresh, pure white heap, purred like cloud, O Lobsang Drakpa, Dharma's omniscient king, pray come to this place with your disciples. In space ahead, on lion throne, lotus and moon, venerable guru, smile brightly with delight. Pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine as supreme merit. Field for my mind of faith, your wisdom mind sees full reign of nobles. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, fame, glory, outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of here and pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme field of merit, non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted three vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned mundane concerns, made life essential. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make venerable Tsongkhapa's essential teaching especially shine forever. Mig say wait chen raising tree make pei wang po jom pel yang du pung ma lu jom se sang wei dog gang chen ke pe su yen song kapa lop sang dra pe zab la so wa de. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remains steadfast. Homage to the exalted three jewels. Thus have I heard at one time, the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha on Vulture Mountain, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomenon called profound illumination. At that very time, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, how should a child of the lineage train who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom should look perfectly like this, subsequently looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form. Form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics. That is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind. No visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomenon. There is no I element, and so forth, up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance, and so forth, up to no aging and death, and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra, the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequaled mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra, the perfection of wisdom, is proclaimed. Tayata gate gate paragate parasongate bodhisoha. Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, great being, well said, O child of lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the holy supreme abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the host of the three places Dakinis. Tayata om gate gate paragate parasongate bodhisoha. Through the power of truth of the exalted three jewels speech, may all on the side of negativity such as the four Maras be stopped. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, shante korye soha. The 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, freed from adverse harmful conditions. May all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness, bring happiness and well-being here, right now. Ground perfume, anointed flowers, strew Meru for lands, sun and moon adorned, seen as Buddha field and offered. Thus may all sentient beings enjoy pure lands. Jesu Lama Dampa Jodang Songi Jona La Jagdu Padu Dagdu Kapsuchi Dagi Jonyen Gepe Sonamki Drola Penju Sangye Drupa Sho Jongde Songi Jona La Jagdu Padu Dagdu Kapsuchi Dagi Jonyen Gepe Sonamki Drola Penju Sangye Drupa Sho Jongde Songi Jongna La Jagdu Padu Dagdu Gapsuchi Dagi Chonyen Geto Sonamki Drola Penju Sangye Drupa Sho.
Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Good, good, good. Also, tomorrow holiday, long weekend, long weekend. It's a long weekend, right? It's good. Anyway, whether it's a little cold or hot, how do you say? It's not very. It's so. Yeah, it's very funny, right? You like? Yeah. Yeah, it's weather. I think Germany is more cold here. Yeah, more cold. We need to big jacket there. All the people wearing the winter jacket. It's more cold. Still here, summer. Anyway, welcome back, everyone. Nice to see you again. And hello, how are you? Yeah, not see long time. Oh, really? Oh, welcome back. Good. Anyway, very nice time. Very nice to meet you. Then also I had very good time with His Holiness. 4 days in Germany. Things very well. Then that's good. And anyway, we are very fortunate also come here together, discussion little bit about Buddhism. Then this is not easy to happen like that kind. Then also, even there are place to go study Buddhism, but also many people not interested to go there. But all of you have very great influence on Buddhism. You know, when you have the influence, anything, the conditions, we meet the condition, then the result become there. It's the nature. Even the seeds there is no condition, is not ripen, is a ripen? Not ripen, right? Not ripen, the result is the nature of the any phenomena. Therefore, anyway, you know, you already know the what's Buddhism, what's purpose, how you practice Buddhism. You already know, but it's very important to we need to more, you know, repeat again and again. Also think about more, not just blind faith. Therefore, day by day, year by year, you check how much you can study, you understand, you will be more interested because you understand more. Also, how much you study, you can see the result. Whatever you did, you see the result and your effort, right? This is nature, right? Whatever we do something, when we see the result, then we, even how difficult, we just try to get that. Therefore, study, thinking again and again, not just one time. But you guys have not much time. Time's too short, right? And then love is also very short. Even you stay 90 years, but half, maybe 40% we sleep, right? Then how many percent we eat, we talk, we walk. We have not much time to study. Therefore, we have not much time. Then also Buddhism is a very difficult practice, also very hard to understand. Therefore, we don't see a result very easily or quickly. Then people give up, right? So it doesn't work too much. Usually, the Westerns always say, when I'm happy, right? How can I become happy? Anybody looking for happy very quickly, right? Then happy is not come from outside. It's a material thing. Material? What's a material? Material things cannot give happiness. They give more suffering. Right? If you have more things, you have more suffering. Suffering? Correct? She's my English teacher. when she doesn't say here, then when God, she says, you too fast. Therefore, I have to be very careful front of her to speak English. Anyway, it's good to my practice more English. Therefore, for example, it's true or not, Buddha said the material things cannot give full happiness. Of course, they will give, it's a temporarily happy. Temporarily they give things, but, for nature or full happy cannot give them. Right? Because all the sufferings also depends for our mind. Of course, the conditions that are other side that depends our mind. Now we have to check, is true or not? Buddha said, subdue or subdued? Subdue your mind. This is the teaching that Buddha, right? He said, don't create any non-virtuous actions. Create the virtuous action. Subdue your mind. This is the teaching of Buddha. This is a very, short, very essence Buddha's teaching. Now, subdue your mind means what? What means? We have to think about that, right? What's wrong with my mind? Right? This is not easy, but, think about, yesterday someone told me, someone asked me, when she study, she more pray, she have more problems. She said, when I stop that, then I have less problem. Then she said, maybe they pray, bring them more sufferings. But this is maybe, when you more pray, you purify your negative karmas. Then even, you really clear the karma, then you have to, experience the result, anything. But, even you have very heavy karma to go hell realm. You practice, you study very well. Then something, you have some headache, then this, cover the way you go to hell realm like that. Therefore, I'm sure how much you practice, you pray, that doesn't bring the problems. This is not true, but people think that. Therefore, anyway, main thing is, usually we exam for others all the time. All the time. We never exam for ourselves. We think we are the pure. What's it? Pure? Pure. Pure is correct? Right? Do you guys think you are the pure? He said, I'm the best wrong, right? Oh, I know. Yeah, I do things good. Right? Most, maybe sometimes, what I do, I'm doing wrong. But usually most things, what I say is correct. What I think is correct. Then you're correct, I'm correct, everyone's was correct. Correct? Correct? Correct. Then what's wrong? There are a lot of problems. All the corrects come. You or me, either one, something wrong there. Their kind of mind, Buddha say, you subdue their kind of mind. Don't think you're the right person. Even there are some people right. They say, don't think about that all the time. Also, one thing I think in the Western people have, I think this is maybe culture. Also, you keep your mind all the time, things. Right? If you have something bad to happen, you always keep that in mind. It's very bad. They make you very sick. Don't keep that, okay? Even very bad things happen, maybe 20 years, still Western people, they keep that in mind. Then they make you more unhappy, right? Therefore, don't keep. Just try to forget. Shantideva say, if it is fixable, nothing to worry. You can fix. If it is not fixable, nothing to worry. Because it's not fixed. Right? It's true or not? But we just, this I have experienced, one time I talk about how kind our parents for us. One girl said, no, my parents are not kind for me. Yes, they did very terrible things for me. Okay, maybe, some parents are but, they keep the mind. Even the kids time something wrong. They keep that in mind. Therefore, they makes you unhappy. Then you have kid. You give this infant you kid. The kid also not happy. Therefore, even you have some difficult things, don't think you all the time. Just forget. Just try to change your mind, okay? Then, even if kids grow up, how kids be good or bad depends the parents. The parents always problem, then kids become, they make looks copy. Therefore, anyway, don't keep things in your mind all the time. They make you more unhappy. Then also, look example, for us, we are here and everything is fine, right? Nothing problem. You have job, you have house, you have car. Most of maybe someone's bicycle. But in Germany, everybody rides bicycle. Tons, hundreds of bicycles there on the road. Therefore, it's fun. Then I'm not saying you guys are not happy, okay? Don't think about it. Maybe Geshe, let's see, we are not happy. I'm not thinking about it, but you are not happy sometimes. Therefore, Buddha's teaching is when you have difficult time, that time you practice, then this is a really help. When everything is fine, you say, I'm the Buddhism, I'm practicing Buddhism. It doesn't show with the result. When you have difficult time, that time you think about. Also, I think Westerns have, even there's unbelief karma, but people are very karma. Tomorrow they punish me. Anyway, the Tibetan the culture, when the kids come in, the parents have not education, any Buddhism. There's some Buddhism, there's all Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, it's karma, they said, but they have not really strong education, but very strong imprint. They believe the karma. Therefore, even they have very difficult situation, but they're not very stressed. Because they very strong believe the karma. Here, even anybody say, "Are you believe karma?" I say, "Yes, I believe karma." But maybe not very deep. Maybe no, we are not very. And you're not understanding very well the karma. Therefore, you have something, a little bit happen, you say, "Oh, for me, what can I do?" If you are a little bit, the good things happen, just like kid, just jump. Anyway, not stable, right? Therefore, Western people mind is not very stable. I think they show there's no problem that person. I think the culture, also you guys, most when grow up, everything's very fun, perfect. You are not difficult time. Therefore, you think everything's like same there. And then one day we have to stand up our feet. Then problems here, then you are just stuck there. Anyway, the lot of things, of course there are the conditions, but depends on our mind. Your mind think this is bad for me, then they can harm you. Right? Your mind thinks it's okay. That doesn't harm for you. Even you lost wallet today. You might think, "Oh, what can I do? I lost money." You might be very unhappy. Then they makes you a person not happy. Look at what can I do? If you say, "Oh, it's okay, I can call the if you have a lot of credit cards, you can call the credit card company. They will stop. No worry. That doesn't harm. Therefore, anything, big things, small things happen, don't carry too much. Is correct? Don't carry too much. If you carry too much, then you have also that much problems. The person have how much? How much? how much more grasping by yourself. That kind of person has more problems. What do you think? It's true or not? You sure? You think so? Good, thank you. You know, Bodhisattvas have always think about others. Therefore, they don't have any problems. For we think about all the time ourselves. First we say me, right? Then say my. Are you guys do that? First say me, right? Say I. Then say my children, my family, my car, all the my. Me and my, they bring more problems. Therefore, try to little bit subdue every day. Just put a little water. Just a little bit water. Maybe one day become very, how you say, soft. You know. Therefore, you know, check how much the two person has a very happy, stable mind. One person's mind is not very stable. Those people have same disease. The doctor say the person more stable mind is more easy to, how you say, recover? Is it recover? Recover. The person who has more unstable mind, the more difficult to recover. This is not Buddhism say, this is the scientists. I think they want to know the what's a mission, show the number. They can talk, otherwise they don't say, right? Therefore, very depends for our life, activities, it's mind, it's different. Then also, another hands also don't just something, you know, nothing to do. Oh, it's my mind. Not like that, okay? We have to do hard work. We have to do things. Therefore, anyway, the purpose study Buddhism is to be happy. If you really thinking, really understand deeply, then your mind become more relaxed. If you outside, you become a very practiced person. You know, you maybe read a lot of books, you meditation a lot, but you deep, your mind doesn't understand really well. It's nothing to work. Therefore, more study is important, then more thinking is more important. Then you understand, then you practice your meditation. Do what Buddha's, book said. They say that emptiness, think about emptiness. Meditation bodhicitta. Meditation bodhicitta. Right? Meditation bodhicitta means you have to, correct, I think switch off my broken English.
So, when we talk about generating or developing a mind of enlightenment or bodhicitta, then it is a part of mind. There are so many different kind of minds we have in our consciousness, and so it's one part of the mind that transforms into a nature of that bodhicitta or the mind of enlightenment.
And the Shanchuka Semse, look, Kandijalagana, that Semse Tamchuki Cheta, Sanji Kompa Topa Show, Tomna, Samia, Samsur, the Nijilata Shanchuka Semse.
So, the mind of enlightenment or the bodhicitta is a kind of mind that wishes to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. Thinking, may I achieve enlightenment, or how wonderful it will be if I achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. So that kind of mind is called bodhicitta.
아니 나도들 단다 최대 강에대 다 마음 체면으로 그래서.
And so if we are able to develop that kind of mind in our consciousness, then most of the problems that we are facing because of I, me, and so forth will be all dispelled.
가르스나 단단간도 강에 마셔 가르스나 나다 뇌셀로 되니까 완전히 만들어 강에 정도 와서.
So it's true that most of the problems that we have now is because of grasping at the self and I and mind like that, right?
대강도 주보면 미 강가다 들으랬어. 미 강게 나가 장장 망부지념도 기원 좀 했더니 잠만 봐 용거로 왔어.
So it's not only us, all sentient beings, and when they face some kind of problem, it's because of thinking of oneself or one's close ones, one's possessions, and so forth.
배나 남이 돌아가게 해봐야 되리. 아니 침세게 바라가게 해봐야 되리. 자카베야 나이 되리. 출력 바라 안에 문제가 전부 말이야 보시면도 내 사만을 예래면도 또 사도 되러 왔어.
And so all the problems that we face, in the family, in the neighbors, with the neighbors, in the society, with another country, and so forth, it all comes because of that, because of thinking I or mine, or because of thinking they're not doing good to me, they're not listening to me, or they're not doing as I want them to do, and so forth. So because of that thought, then we face all these problems.
근데 다 데릴로딩 sabla야. 다 제 집에서 별로지 지와이나 아랑 집에서 별로 그런 식으로 매도 그러와.
And so, because it is that mind thinking about oneself, selfish mind, that brings all these problems. So if we divert that mind, if we change that mind to think about others instead of thinking about oneself, so if we think about others, then that mind thinking of oneself will naturally go away, right?
알아서 jel라, 알아서 탐아봐 jel라. 이제 남바시비가 로 만다바니, 제다다바니, 내 제트가 말했어. 제 도교 말해.
And so it is these two contradicting mind, right? Think about oneself and think about others. There's two contradicting mind. So this cannot be generated at the same time in one person's mind.
나 고롱에도 제대로 가라 샤방에도 제원도야. 다시 못 와서.
So it's like when one mind is manifesting or arising, the other mind cannot rise at the same time. Like for example, when we are angry or when we have a hatred towards somebody, we cannot have love towards that person, right?
It's true. 근데 이마다 다 그디나 지금 아라다 예니는 예 집안도 별로 중간에 저도 다야가 답시로 지어이나 아니 뭐들 강에 뉴아 요다 뉴안도 같은 지대기 주니 같이 자고 그랬어.
And so if we can try to generate that mind, wishing others, wishing others to be happy and so forth, thinking about the welfare of others, or cherishing others. If we can develop that mind, then it's natural, that we will have less problem. It's not only with us, with the whole world.
배나 자금이 바라노라나 배나 자금 지기야. 다 내가 얘기만 두세요. 아니 나도 참 당가는 것도 세요. 어떻게 되는 거라고 너. 배나 줄로 바라노라나. 전도 줄로 안도 줄로 돼야 전도 줄로도 놓아서. 이용한 놓아서.
And so the problems among the nations, right, the countries, when they have problem, is because of others, because of thinking that others are not doing, the other country is not doing as I want them to do, or they're not listening to me, and they're not agreeing with me, and so forth, or they're breaking our law, and so forth. So because of that thought, and then there comes the problems, right? And so same with other problems, like the problems among between the religions. Also comes from that. So one religion thinks that my religion is better, they should all practice my religion and so forth. They should all agree with the way I practice and so forth. So because of that thought, then there comes a problem among the religions as well.
남을랑도 다 출력 남는다 뭐뭐였어. 나도 출력이 야보래서 내가 다 쭉 못없어 와 시간에. 저도 쭉 두서야 뭐 도고 말했어.
So there are many different kind of religions in this world, right? You can't say that this is the only religion that's correct or others are not correct. You can't say that, right? I'm not able to say that. What do you think of those things?
다 강사 게 수술에 때문에 어떤 강사 게 대라 출국대 야가래서 놀랍도 그래서.
So you can't say this particular religion is better than other one in general, but to an individual you can say, right? For this individual, or for like myself, maybe this religion is better, not other ones. But in general, you can't say so. And you can say to the individual that what kind of religion is better for that individual, but you can't say in general which one is better.
아니 가나다 왜 나가도 더블라 가나다 야슈레에서 전도치 라이브에서 라이브 말하지.
And same with the food, right? Is there any kind of particular food that you can say that's the best food?
How about salad? Salad is the best food. Maybe Western society say, "Oh, salad is best food," but go to Tibetan, they say, "Oh, salad is worst food." Even if we give the food, for special Tibetans, they say, "Oh, I'm not eating grass. I'm not a cow." Right? The last year there were some monks come here. We serve them for the Western food, salad, cold salad. We try to best, but for them they cannot eat. Even they try to swallow, it doesn't go through them. This is a difference, right? If India is a dal rice is best, but maybe Western people doesn't love. Therefore, different, just single person so on. For me, this is the best food. You can choose, right? Then, even, I'm also like the salad. I'm not hit. Therefore, example that, then because when His Holiness Dalai Lama always say, whatever your own religion, keep that as best for you. You can study the other religions, but you keep your own religion, this is best for you, because they're more beneficial for you. That's big reason, right? Therefore, anyway, now, since we born, we always think about me, or my. Now a little bit change is a little bit. Don't change too much, okay? You become Buddha, Bodhisattva tomorrow. Okay, just a little bit, day by day, day by day. Otherwise, what's that? From here to Buddhahood, the very long way. We need to also experience for all the long way, not just jump. You miss the order between that. Just slowly, little bit, every day. Meditation practice means what? Whatever you learn, you do that. This is practice. That book or Israel say, don't angry too much all the time. Then try to be a little bit less angry. They say, don't think about yourself all the time. Then try to, yourself live here, think about a little bit more others. Then we have second question, why I have to think about others? Right? Why? They don't give me food. They don't help me anything. I do myself, right? And you guys think, I do myself? I can get food by myself. No one give me. Why we have to think about others? Without others, we cannot live. This is 100% sure. Without others. Because example, without 1 feet, can you walk? 1 feet, can you walk? No, right? If you walk, you need to something, what you call? Can. The fly, what you call? Without one, how is that?
Wing.
Without one wing, they cannot fly, right? Therefore, truth is very important. Therefore, me and other. Without other, you not exist. You are not available to do anything. Then we have to think of how can I come this? He said, wow, how they really can't. The others have many, many others. For example, you all have job, right? I hope so you will have job. Without others, you cannot get job, right? Someone give for job. Buddhism where, very kind, you have, limitless life, you have moms. The moms are very kind, same with this time's mom. For maybe us too difficult that. But just think about,
In reality?
Reality, we can see every day. Okay? If you say, I'm going to drive in my car. Who made the car? Oh yeah, the company. Toyota company. Then I buy. You say, I buy. I'm very kind for them. I buy the car. Now, where you get the money for to buy? Then you say, I walk. I had a very hard work that I've saved the money I buy. Then who gives you a job? Right? Just think about that. We have some reason, right? Others are not kind. Then you guys are very, what you call it? City people. City people? You're not country boys, girls, right? Are you guys country boys, girls? Do you guys experience to how you do the feel? What's that? Feel? Yep. Do you feel the tomatoes, onions, barley, rice? Do you know how you make the rice? It's very hard, right? Now we go to the, any store. You can just choose which rice good for me. You can just buy. How hard-working lot beings, people. If you think about like that, there's something reason, right?
It's not that there's no reason.
Right? We have to think about reason, right? Then you say you have a lot of different clothes, right? Short, long. I believe you have maybe your clothes people full. Big, what you call it? Big closet, very tight, maybe 4, 5, 6 shoes. Maybe more than that, right? Right? Who make them?
Multiply that by 10 times.
Yeah, multiply by 10 times. Right? Who make that clothes? They all others make. They were very kind. Anyway, someone give you food on your table. Someone come to you, you say thank you, right? Why? Because he or she help you for cook. Same as all others. Indirectly, they're very kind. They kind each other, not just we say. They're very kind for us. We're not kind for them. Not like that. We all kind each other. Therefore, we all caring for more others. Then you have not thinking about others always destroy for me. Others always make me problem for me. You have a little bit less that. Then you are more happy. Okay? This kind of you can just check. Investigation. Okay? Maybe go to Google. Check. It's true or not. If the dangerous, they already put the Google, maybe they say, it's true. If not, then you don't find anything. They say, it cannot find that answer. Therefore, what is that? something, I forgot anyway. This shows I'm getting old, right? And maybe as I'm old, then maybe same age as me, they say, oh, I'm sure I'm I think we are maybe all the same age. Anyway, purpose to study Buddhism is to try to a little bit peace day, happy day, relaxed day, okay? We not say give up everything. Keep everything, whatever you have, but try to also think about others a little bit. Also caring a little bit others. Okay? Like that, Buddha said, I show you path for the Buddhahood.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, now your hand. Right? If someone very delicious or the food they make, they put your table, the food is already there. That you don't eat. Your stomach doesn't, how you say? Yeah, you don't get food because you don't eat. Food is there. There the Buddha said, I show you how you free from all the sufferings. Now your hand, you have to walk, right? If you go to swim, you have to move all the four legs, leg and feet, right? If you don't move, you just go to how you say?
Sink.
Go sink. But it's not very easy, I always sink. I try to move. I do swim. My head's too heavy, maybe. Even how much I try to move, but just go down there. I tried to many different ways. I think my head's too heavy. Anyway, we have to do something. Buddha said, I show you Buddhahood, how you go there. GPS show how you go to New York. If you follow the GPS, you can get that. You thought maybe to shortcut, maybe you lost. Therefore, exactly, Buddha said, okay, do that. Then you will become Buddhahood and achieve enlightenment, full happy. Okay? Try to read a little bit. Now we go to the text. Because of Gende, I don't know what then.
So last time we were talking about the quality of the Dharma, right? The excellent qualities of the Dharma. And now this time we're going to discuss about the good qualities of the Sangha. So it's in outline number 194. 368 in the blue book. Page 368 in the blue book. So there are about 3 or 4 pages. Let's all read this together, okay?
Okay.
Let us take the example of Saravakas on the path of accumulation. He was moved to renounce cyclic existence and then entered the path of accumulation. He built up the 13 prerequisites for his type of enlightenment and achieved the first 3 of the 37 wings of enlightenment, emanated himself for the good of others, received the clairvoyant power, and so on. Saravakas on the path of preparation have understood the 16 aspects of the 4 truths through images. Saravakas on the path of seeing have directly understood emptiness. On the path of meditation, they abandon sequentially 80 orders of objects to be abandoned. On the Saravakas gain and many more good qualities. They can combine many physical objects together. They can produce many emanations through single-pointedly meditation on earth, water, fire, wind, space, and the execution of all else. Go to any place where there is disciple. In fact, the Saravakas Arhats have immeasurable good qualities. After our teacher had gone to Nirvana, Ananda subdued the Pithikas, leading 80,000 people to the truth in the space of 7 days. There is a story about Upagupta. Once when he was giving a teaching, Kamadeva made it rain food and jewels and emanated dancers as well. Aya Gupta garlanded the dancers with the flowers just before they began their dance, and concocted the flower garlands which then turned into extremely repulsive things. People these days hold Charavakas to be inferior, but anyone with their good qualities will have to be considered a great adept. Particular Buddhas have built up their collections in over 100 eons, etc., and have 100,000 times more good qualities than Charavakas. The Bodhisattva's good qualities are infinite by comparison, while still on the path of accumulation and preparation, and still acting out of faith. They ascertain the meaning of emptiness through study, contemplation, and meditation. They train themselves in compassion, bodhicitta, and the profound view, thus weak as dualistic conceptions of the perceivers and perceived. They complete their collection of merit for the first imaginable eon. When Bodhisattva are on the first level, they achieve the extraordinary form of the practice of generosity. When they are on the ninth level during the path of meditation, those ninth level Bodhisattva achieve the extraordinary form of the remaining perfections just by virtue of their proper perception of suchness. Bodhisattvas on the first level emanate hundreds of bodies, each of which is surrounded by hundreds of other bodhisattvas. These first level bodhisattvas see into hundreds of eons. They can make hundreds of worlds tremble, and another hundreds of the single-pointed concentration. See hundreds of Buddhas receive these Buddha's blessings, emanate hundreds of Buddha fields, travel to hundreds of these fields, open the doors to hundreds of dharmas, wrap in hundreds of sentient beings, and live for hundreds of eons. Every single moment, these first-level bodhisattva manage hundreds of examples of these 12 kind of qualities. The one can make a comparison of these 12 qualities for bodhisattva on the other levels. Second level bodhisattva achieve thousands of each of these qualities. The third level bodhisattva hundreds of thousands. Bodhisattva billions. Fifth level 10 billions. Sixth level quadrant. Seventh level 10 billion trillions. Eighth level a number equal to the atoms in 100 billion worlds. Ninth level, a number equal to the atoms in 1 million countless billion of worlds. At the 10th level, Bodhisattva achieve a number of these qualities equal to the atoms in 1 billion in excess of countless billions of worlds. In short, Bodhisattvas on the first 7 impure levels spend 2 countless eons building up their 2 accumulations, while Bodhisattva on the 3 pure levels take 1 more countless eons to complete the remaining accumulations. The great classics discuss such things at length, so the Sangha has immeasurable good qualities.
Good. You have any idea what they talk about? A lot of qualities, right? Anyway, usually this is when we study monastery, we have to study all of them one by one. Maybe you guys have very difficult to understand what they talk about. Where are their things? But the time also, she didn't know, they won't know. She you know what you love by the Kanji and it has Shansim, Sonam, the Jonam, Tonam, Bonam, the Yenda Karikari. Could the Karikari jet or he said that they love the
So the bodhisattvas on the first level, second level, or first path accumulation, path of preparation, what kind of qualities do they have on those paths?
Ale 다 담보 대하고 말아 ale 콘조 손어서 가디임 봐. 열람사다 가디임 봐. 돈람서 가디임 봐. 맞아 때때서 하고 그러was.
So in order to know that, you have to know those paths, right? What is path of accumulation, what is path of preparation, what is path of seeing, and so forth.
근데 다 가도 아니 연주사 줄서 연주사 가나 가지 코아다 예송의 동아래 다 가로 탐도질로 어디 지마 많이 버지 가디 있잖아 가가 됐다 소랑 봐서 자는 거죠.
So like it says here, it says he was moved to renounce cycle existence. So in order to enter into the path, you have to renounce the cycle existence. So once you have generated the renunciation towards cycle existence, which is a mind, that sees the cycle existence, the whole cycle existence, in the aspect of repulsion, like very disgusting, So when you see that, and then it says, I want to get out of here. When you have that thought throughout day and night, that's when you have generated the renunciation. And then depending on your motivation, right? Either Starvakas or particular Buddhas or the Mahayana, depending on the motivation, then you enter the first path, which is called the path of accumulation. So what is cycle existence? Right? So cycle existence. So where we are in now is cycle existence. All the sufferings that we are facing, we are experiencing, is cyclic existence. So all the things that we don't want to go through, or that we don't want to experience, is suffering. So we have those many things, right, that we don't want to experience. And there are many kind of sufferings like that. So there are the sufferings that we understand as the sufferings, then there are sufferings that we don't understand as sufferings, and so forth. There's like in human beings, we have these sufferings that we understand as suffering, like the suffering of the birth, suffering of aging, suffering of sickness, and suffering of death. So we have suffering of sickness, right? We don't want to fall sick, but we fall sick. Same with the suffering of aging. We don't realize at the beginning, but then later when we realize, then it becomes sufferings, right? So even if we don't want to, we still keep on aging.
I don't know if I'm wrong, sorry, okay?
So you can see whether it's suffering or not just by checking how other people feel when you ask their age.
Right? Usually this is nothing wrong, right? Even if you what age, it doesn't matter. But people doesn't want to people know how old you. Right? This is a problem, right? Then when you go to the mirror every day, you see some more wrinkles here. You're also more unhappy, right? Then people try to
Surgery to remove the wrinkles.
Right? But anyway, there is a gewa nguni ngazo ji nasa tangam duwas.
So it's not painful, right? But it's a big suffering.
Yeah.
Aging.
Right? Oh, the tashega nanchik dungas kanjing ngazo tan duwa tela COVID dungala gres.
So the sufferings that we experience in cycle existence.
And
of course, no need to mention about the lower realms, the beings in the lower realm, what kind of sufferings they go through, right? So like the animals, the other sentient beings like below human beings, like the animals, will have little less sufferings in the cycle, and in the lower realm is the animals, right? Animals, they have the greatest sufferings of being foolish and dumb, and not understanding what is good and bad.
Oh, there is a kanji. Tending koa de la tago, they are modus, Della Tawa is Namado Tamadu, Sameloda, Jego, there's Cadena.
So just like that, there are all these, the tremendous sufferings in cycle existence. And seeing these sufferings in cycle existence, then you have to develop this strong wish to wanting to be free from these sufferings.
No, then is a travel of Korean tennis and Korean any try to achieve your must love this.
So there's the definition of cycle existence is a troublesome. So there isn't anything that is that goes correctly. Everything is falling apart.
Oh, then is a terra tanto yellow, any Cadena and Senga Chiwaina, any Kanadi, that means you said Chiwa as you.
So understanding these suffering is very important. Once you understood that, then you will have that sense of disgusting, feeling disgusting towards the suffering, towards the cycle existence. And then once you have that, then you will be able to develop that mind wanting to be free from that. And then, just like the example of a prisoner in a prison, always thinking about being free from prison, right?
What is the young Kashi? Tenley
And then some people might think that it is difficult to have that thought throughout day and night, like especially when you're sleeping at the night. How can you have that thought, right? So it is possible, just like a mother has concern towards her infant, when maybe the infant is about 4 or 5 months, like from the birth until like 4 or 5 months or 6 months or even up to a year, the mother will have this concern all the time, thinking about. So even when she's eating, she's thinking about the infant, the child. Even when she's sleeping, she's thinking about the child.
Right? You are the mom. You have experience. I'm not mom this life, but I know this is this is true, right? They have an example. If baby a little bit move, little bit of sound, mom, wake up. Usually you need to wake up. You need to very loud alarm. What's that? Alarm. And the kids we don't need like that. Then they call the song tungalis. Hakon, until I tend to low. You think the show, and Ganda then use Ganda Tonaba Jasmine.
So that kind of thought you had developed, when you have developed that kind of thought, wanting to be free from psychic existence throughout day and night, and that's when you have developed the renunciation, and at the same time you enter into the first path, the path of accumulation. So have any of you entered into the path of accumulation yet?
Not yet? Really? Oh, I thought you guys were ready there. What is it? The Tsongkhapa is, and the Tombani gum, the Tombani tenshi to the Todi, Ton Tamana, Kanda, the Jolamba, the Chawares, Jolamba.
So that kind of person, of course, then having entered the path and seeing that the way to free oneself from psychic existence is to overcome all these delusions, right? So and then the way to overcome this is by meditating on emptiness. So and then person that meditates on emptiness, and when he or she reaches the point where he or she has understanding of emptiness in the manner of meaning generality, then at that time, then person will move up to the path of preparation.
What? Tenley Tombani said that tension is woman, but most of the Kaditovan, called it Tonamba, the Chowders.
And so, and so in the manner of meaning generality, right? So not directly, but you have realized with the reasons and so forth, you have come to realize, and then you keep on meditating on emptiness, keep on meditating, and eventually, when you come to realize emptiness directly, without having to apply any reasons or and science and so forth, then you come to realize it directly, and at that time, you have seen the truth directly, right? And that's when it says you have reached the path of seeing, the third path. And so that person who have realized emptiness directly, that person is called the real Sangha. And then the qualities of the Dharma, qualities of the Dharma within that person's mind, like the direct realization of emptiness or bodhicitta, loving kindness, compassion, and so forth, in his or her mind, is called Dharma.
Okay?
The Dharma jewel. So actual Sangha, one becomes when come to realize emptiness directly. So that happens only after one has entered into the path. So this is we're talking in the Mahayana path, right? So in the Mahayana path, once you have reached the path of seeing, then from there again, the remaining of the path of seeing, path of meditation is divided into 10 levels. And so then it's talking about these qualities. So once you reach the first level, that's the it talks about 100 qualities, and then then multiply that by 10 times, and the second level and everything turns in like the qualities that he has is 1,000 times more.
Yeah.
And then so that way it goes up and up like that.
텐리에서나 강사대 나이 동아도 아니 가로 체외 동아도 강가 빵들다 소나바든 요 말들어 나와든 체외 동아 자네 빵
토람네.
바로 바바나다 가바 체외 동아 자네 뭐 도서다.
So then once you have achieved the path of seeing, then that's when you become superior being, Arya being, and so you become superior being, and that's when you have realized emptiness directly. And after that, you will not have to go through the sufferings of the sickness, aging and death.
어디 ten리 다 텐리는 돈아바디가 돈바니 또 야한테는 안데 또도 공부하셔볼 때니 아니 다 그런 게 빵거 아니라 빵 대빵사마 빵선사마 고나바세 전 텐리 고나바세 다 사ච්చే세요 말아야 셔요스로.
And so when you have achieved that realization of direct realization of emptiness, and then that's what you use, that's kind of the tool that you use, to abandon or to eliminate all other delusions. So we're talking about here obstructions, different kind of obstructions, deluded obstructions, and obstruction to knowledge. Right? So there are many different kinds, and so when you first reach the first level of the the first level of the path of seeing, then you abandon certain kind of delusions. So when you have abandoned what you have to abandon on that level, then you move up to the second level.
다 너희들 미다데 강사들이지 아니 다 냠len 아니 냠len 똑반 돌면 다니 다 강사들 민담을 다셔 버려.
And so depending on his or her realizations and abandonments that he or she has abandoned, and he or she is given different name like that.
그냥 남도 강가로 왔어. 자와서 가래. 아니 그 랍주고 돈바에서 자와서 그 밀다셔 왔어. 그 나게 예득 차니 그 따게로 와.
So just like a level or name, a monk, who do you call monk? And someone who has taken the vow, right? The vow of celibacy, it's called monk, that, or nun.
들리지는 간제마지 강사가 연덕이 차니 강사들 밑에 땅에 걸어와.
So the person's given the name by his or her qualities.
들리다 다 강도 저도 손아 쉬게 쓰지면도 왔어.
So none of you here have entered into the path of accumulation yet?
No, not yet. Oh, it's too far. Anyway, 다 대매와 얘나 간지 당기 그냥 가서 랍돼야 돼. 아니 소소가 셈바도 소소가 따보잡. 소소가 셈데 뇽고 와데 때서 마도가 뉴어 땅와이나. 뭐 간이간이 때 영화 요래서.
So, but we have to strive. So if we haven't entered into the path of accumulation, which is the first path, then we have to strive, right, to enter into that. So without that, there's no way we can achieve liberation or enlightenment. So that is the first step. And so if we keep on doing practice every day on a daily basis, slowly, we can reach there.
와 간지 먹여와 지다 빠와이나 먹여와 좀 마제바다다 겨워체스. 아니 대냠내 제와이나 안 가서 다 그래. 상제가 랑고야 로요래 들어와.
So we can start with abandoning the 10 and virtuous actions. So abandoning the 10 and virtuous action is called practicing virtuous 10 virtuous actions, right? So if you don't kill, you're not practicing virtue. But if you say I'm not going to kill, and then you don't kill, then you're practicing virtue of not killing.
뭐래 대체 인바이자 간지 아니 샹주고 셈도 샹바도 니지도 고마나 아니 다 나시게 가서 고마든지 다들 로데야 곤곤 배로 그랬어.
And so you start with abandoning these small, gross delusions, like the 10 and virtuous actions and so forth, and then eventually go higher and higher, and then eventually abandon all the delusions. And so same with the positive qualities of the mind, like loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta. They all you can develop as much as possible. You try to generate that mind on a daily basis as much as possible. Then eventually, and you'll be able to generate a genuine loving kindness or compassion effortlessly.
소소 남지 로로운 도로 아니 추제로서 봐도 추제 기집지 지기잖아 이체체 어디도 개체 모르겠다 내가 또 때려서.
So here we're talking about the qualities of the sangha, right? So for us to understand their qualities and then for us to develop faith in them that they have and the power, so you can see how much they can help, right? The Saravakas, Patek Buddhas, and the Bodhisattvas, of course, how much they can help once they have these qualities, right? And so to understand that and to wholeheartedly take refuge in them. And then also and then we're talking about the sangha. This is the actual sangha, but then also all our dharma friends here helping each other to go on the path or develop the positive mind and do the practice and so forth is also conventional sangha.
다 간제 니나 말다 배잖아 송한다지 다 간소 레라고 로이 저거 말에 간제 샹셔 동람 고놈으로 차서 봐나 다 간제 로이라 무슈하게 지 배나 간소 많이 주인데 봐도 많이 다들 콘도 많이 주인데 많이잖아 콘도 많이 주인데 봐도 배운 체계 그래서 뭐 셈슈크.
And then just like it is mentioned here, the qualities of the bodhisattvas on a different level, right? Once they have achieved the path of once they become superior being or Arya being, then they enter into the levels or grounds we call. And so they're starting on the first ground, so which is on the first path of accumulation, and also the second part of the first ground is in the path of meditation. Right? And then the second ground is in path of the second all the up to 10th ground is all in path of meditation. And so we're talking about these qualities and how much more they accumulate merit because of their qualities. Like when we recite one single mantra, and they recite one single mantra, it would be like a billion times, a trillion times and more benefit for them with that mind or with that qualities. And so because of his or her qualities, whatever he does, it multiplies by that many number of times. So their qualities that's mentioned here is like, countless, inconceivable qualities they have here. So just like we entrust ourselves into these beings like Arya beings, we should also trust each other with our friends, co-workers, and so forth. If we do with all the trust, honestly, then everybody will get along, and we'll be able to work happily together with each other.
Okay, like that. Then you have any questions? Yes.
So, Geshe, in the 10 non-virtuous actions, how much of it is the actual action, and how much of it is your intention? Like, can you sometimes do a non-virtuous action if your intention is to create virtue? Do you know what I mean?
자화형에 가세요. 그런 가세요. 자화형에 가세요. 그런 가세요. 아니 가서들 다 그런 야복히는데 자 도저로 죽어야 되는 여기라서. 아니 미교주 들라는 죽어야 되는 여기라서. 자 그런 야복히네. 삼바 야복히네. 저거 미교주 되는 죽어야 죽시거라서.
어떤 죽여서 아니 나도 레시라 마사와서 이래서 레드 셰바야다 레드 마사와서 이래서 아니 그런 제도 그런 매바지 에나티 미교 샤바데 셰스마나 레시바데 레 사요 말해서.
So it all depends on your motivation So you can't say, this, out of the 10, you can say this meant this is the action and this is the intention. It's really hard to say that. It can be, each one can be intention and action both, or just action and not an intention. So you create an action, but you don't, we call it accumulate. You create it, but you don't accumulate. You accumulate it, but you don't create it. So there are actions like that. So actions accumulated, but not created, and actions created, but not accumulated. So if you do something without intention, right? You didn't have intention, you did it. So that was the action created, but because you didn't have intention, you didn't accumulate the negative karma. So it's created, but it's not accumulated, like that.
아니 전 통화지 라다는 바 주는 통화지 생애의 지나라 라다 가와도 송세는 지나가 다코 마사이체다 코 필바로 살람잖아 주콜 마비셔서 왔어 얘나야 다 대기 아니 다 그래 마비시게 되바 용거 말어 코 그런 거 가다 코 마사베 체다 코 코로나 되바 마요 샘제되고 소체가 되는 거 그거 몽보지네 코다 내가 저시들이 저다 간지 저시에 되바 용거 말어
그래 제사 제발 제사님가
레시바지 레마사바 레시바다 마비셔서 와 레사요 말서 그런 거 말서 딱 그런 거 야보서 말해
어쨌든 한 먹어는 제바들아 한 먹어는 제바들아 다 제사 제발라 마사바 하 거신도 제바들 사가라
레 사기나 가지 다 템도 레데 내가 먹기 원래 침못 잡고 말서 와 얘네도 제요 근데나 아니 다 제초요 그래서
답변은 미징에 세고 삼네 삼바키나 되네 단 계속 미디 마세 세마토바이나
아니 레데 샤가니가 타는 그래서
맞다
레 사와
제가 말다
레 사와다 레 마제 바래
뜻으로 차려
봐 어떻게 다 놓다 먹어요
and then the example of where you have accumulated but not created, right? Accumulated the negative karma, but you haven't created having created the negative karma. Like if you have an intention to kill somebody, right? You intention, I'm going to kill somebody, that you are already accumulating negative karma. So you have created negative karma of killing somebody, but so like say you shot somebody, right? And then you missed, the person just it missed the person, and you were not able to kill. But you had a full intention to kill that person. Right? So you create a negative karma, but you don't kill. You haven't killed another person. Like that. So that's having created, so having accumulated but not created.
다 간제만제 세상 가서 한번 하는 가서 뒷방만 못 싸게 그랬으면나 다 수수 고지는 채워단다고 말했어.
So yeah, we create many negative karmas, or rather, now in this case, I would say we accumulate many negative karmas. Yeah, we accumulate many negative karmas without knowing, right? So we haven't created, or we have not created. We have created but not accumulated. And so again, it also depends on how much we accumulate. Like if we didn't kill intentionally, then we don't accumulate that much negative karma. So like when you're walking, you don't have intention to say, okay, every step I make, I'm going to kill somebody. You don't think like that, and I'm going to kill some bugs. You don't think like that. But as you're walking, you kill many. Sometimes you kill somebody. It's not necessarily you kill all the time, but sometimes it gets killed. So you didn't have that intention, and therefore that will be less negative karma. But if you kill, with the intention, then that will be very strong negative karma.
다 저런 게 탐사나는 무시와치. 다 뭐데 세고는 마산 되게 나다 틀서매. 다 보세요. 그런 다니 세세다. 다 아마 자선하고 사나. 다 그거 제시도 되래.
And so, for example, if you see a cockroach in your house, in your kitchen, and then you say, "Oh, I must kill it, otherwise it's going to spread a disease in my house." If you think like that, and then you kill it, right? That will become a complete negative karma. And complete in a sense, you have a motivation, you have the intention, and you have the action which you kill, and then you have the conclusion, which is feeling the satisfaction at the end. So, yes, I killed it. Now I don't have to worry about disease spreading in my house like that. So when you have all these four, and that is the worst negative karma that you can create.
Okay. Then any other questions? Yes. Yeah.
Does compassion, how compassion will influence in the action if you do an action based on compassion, like you kill a sick animal that's suffering, you're out of compassion, like you're killing. So, an example with the cockroach, I wouldn't kill that.
The Ningje told us that.
tate lende jakale kaushira resro moni ninje yone sewananda jinzemo hakonanda anata dipate chwa yero was tan dola kada
Tadine ngoda the note chesira. The norge so so the hamogoje. That the Ningje is samne se shajora. Tan kono kono 동화 ngone kono 동화 되는 타격연하게 ያን 동화 될 망아진 용계는 하고 말한 거다.
어때리다 어떻다 저 되는 오지 제와이나 간제 만주고 그 동화 텔레 뇨 삼고에다 이나 곧 다시 동화 텔레 뇨다 매번 탄로 제대로 was 되는 세 샤바데다 디파요 와레스 간제 이제 고로노라 아니 다 너와 칼리 기세 칼라 카오도 was.
So it is really difficult to say exactly whether that way will be good or not, because of course, we feel compassion for that animal who's dying, and then you think, okay, if I kill it, it will be free from suffering. But in reality, in general, right? No matter how much we're suffering, we don't want to die. We still don't want to die, right? I mean, in our case, right? You want to go through surgery. You want to say somebody say, okay, I'm going to chop your hand. Either I'm going to kill you or chop your hand. You say, oh, chop my hand, but don't kill me. So that's how much we feel, right? So, I mean, when we think about others, then if we apply that to ourselves, no matter how sick I am, like the armies in the war, even if their legs are chopped and then they're almost dying, but they still want to live, survive, right? So if we think like that, and that's one way. But other way is, in Buddhism, we believe in future lives. So when you die from here, you don't know where you're going to be born in. You're going to be born, but we don't know where you're going to be born in. So let's say if the animal, after it dies, if it's born in the hell realm, the suffering is countless times more than what he's going through now. So by killing it, you're sending it to that suffering. So we don't know, but I mean, that's how it could be, right? We don't know exactly. It could be like it can go into the worst one. So that could be a wrong compassion. Yeah? Try your best to help it, but don't kill it. So if you kill it, then we don't know exactly if it's going to really release it from suffering or bring it into more suffering, throw it into more suffering. So we better not do that. Yeah. And so here this happens a lot in this country, right? People, they keep pets like dogs and cats, and they raise them, they treat them like a part of the family and so forth, but when they grow old and sick, and they put them to sleep. They kill them. That's not good. And then you're doing all these things, raising them, feeding them, taking care of them, at the end to kill them, becomes like that. So it's not good. No matter how bad condition they are in, let them be in their condition and do as best as you can and let it die by itself. So that's how we think is, I mean, according to Buddhism, that's how we should do. So we should never kill. Yeah. So I mean, you can do as much as you can. I mean, if he's going through sufferings, then it's his karma. You're not responsible for that. But from your side, you do your best, to help it. But don't kill it. And so, of course, it became like a system here. So everybody does it. Then you think you should do it also, because of the system, because of the environment, because of the conditions here. It feels like that, but we should not kill animals at the end.
그러나 자가다 배도 와이나다 또 치dum 가대로 왔어. 단 되니 믿어도 되는 바로는 또 믿어도 나보 작으면서 샘치기란 걸 왔어. 그냥 두셔 동도 왔어. 배경이 투영해서 너와라 치시면서 나보 영에서 아니지 나 상속선으로 되면은 그거 세셔도 왔대. 다시 한번 납갈 거.
So like if you go into the third world countries like in Nepal, India, Tibet, and all these places, they're full of animals like that, right? They have nobody to take care of. They grow old. They get very sick and they die, and then people who go from here, they get so concerned, worried about these animals, and they feel bad. And then people who come from the other country and they see, the animals and how they're treated here, and then they feel very good, very happy, very very happy for the animals, and they even wish themselves to be like that, so good that they want themselves to be born as animal. But then at the end when they're killed, then they say, oh, that's like a shocking to them.
자도 저도 곰바도 오는 것 같아. 주dum 가도 돼. 주dum으로 와. 그래도 그냥 나보 쟁이 오마다 콘도라지 그러. 다 프리라고 자대로.
And so you can see there are many like stray dogs, in the street, in India, even in the monasteries, and nobody's there to take care of them. Sometimes people will treat them all these things, but not really to take care of them. But they have a freedom; they can do whatever they want. Right? They can go anywhere they want. They can eat anything they want. They're not restricted.
그래서 다 거치 루소 가가다. 아니지 가로 구루가에서 당가도 시작을 가고 싶어 그랬어.
So because of it's a different environment, different place, a different way of life, it's a little difficult to say exactly, whether it's good or bad.
이들에서 다 렌즈도 들리 요이나 저도 심이나 근데 다 시간을 가는 갑자기 맞으나 야보여 그래서.
And so if any of you have pets like dogs and cats, then better not kill it at the end, when it's old and sick.
I know you all have many have dogs, cats, and this is nature. But like that, okay? Then any? Oh yeah.
When do you enter the path of accumulation?
Is it that you're always in? Is it accumulating karma? Is it after you take refuge? After renunciation? When do you enter the path?
아니, 난 상가리 재와나 다 엔트서 그런 말.
뭐야? 소름 거도 싫어 쓰고.
소름은 렌즈로 찌마마이 바 가디 재와는 소름 쉬어 그랬어. 난 지금 lapsa 봐.
Yeah.
가로.
So yeah, Geshe already said, when you have generated the renunciation, at the same time, then you enter into the path of accumulation.
그런 인생에다 타와 되니로 슈나도 된게 저월라 타와 되는 이별로 인생 근데 쟁이 좋나? 하는 소름 맞춰서 그랬어.
So when you have developed that mind wishing to be free from cycle existence, or wishing to achieve liberation throughout day and night, and then that's when you have generated the renunciation, and at the same time you achieve, or you enter into the path of accumulation.
Okay? Are you? Yeah.
One from earlier. You talked about accumulating karma. I guess if somebody took the lay vows not to kill or steal, they find themselves in a situation where they want to kill, they want to steal, but they don't. They didn't create the karma, but they accumulated negative karma. So do they actually break their vows?
대답하는 다시 싸우고 고통 화면을 줘서 내려서 다시 대 가로 너무 가게요 말씀.
No, for that you have to create a complete karma. So you have to have the complete killing. So even if you have intention, but if you didn't kill, then of course there's a negative karma, but it's not a complete negative karma. It's not a complete negative karma of killing. Therefore, you don't lose your vows.
And then if you create, but you don't accumulate.
That's right. Yes. Same thing. Yes. So you have to have created that. Well, in the case of killing, you have to take the life of other being. And once you have taken the life of other being, then that's it. That's when you have when you lose the vows.
All four? Or just the three of finishing it? Well, even if you don't feel that satisfaction at the end, you still break the vow.
Yeah. jadi gora. Kami kesi miseba ina. Rabjung miseba ina. Tama dida 그래서 가고면 맞아 ina. 그 세버 차도 gora. 도발라도 gora. 도발당도 gora.
다시 돌아가야 돼.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Then we stop here. It's a little hot, right? Hot. It's a hot hellram. If you can think of a hot hellram, this is nothing. Okay? Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, please turn to page 39 of the Kurukulla prayer book. Saji Peki Jushi Meto Tramri Rabling Ji Nidegem Padi Sangye Jingdu Mikte Uwa Yidro Kunamdak Jingla Shoparsho Jesu lame kuse rapten jingnam katrin le shoshurge padam Lob san tempe drume sapsum gidro wemunsel tiatune gushi Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryatayami. From my two collections, vastest space that I have amassed, from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds' wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all my lives, Manjushri. May I find the best of complete graded paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by practicing. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings with the points of the path as I have discerned them. May I uphold Buddha's teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread or once spread have declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. By even this graded course to enlightenment completed, due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their children, may all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. In that snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chenrezig remain in life till samsara's end. Tong ni ning che zung du ju pe lam che che sa ze gang chen ten tru gung Jang na pe mo Tenzin gyatso page 49. Short, long life prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. You who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Majnusta doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels. Savior of myself and others, your disciples, please, please live long. Page 57. Prayers of dedication. Through this virtue, may I swiftly, having gained Guru Buddha's state, place each and every sentient being without exception. Precious supreme Bodhi mind, may it where unborn arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. And page 75. Nigmet se wei te chen chen rei zig dreame kempe wang po jam pel yang gang chen kepe su gen Tsongkhapa lop sang drape jabla so Thank you, Geshe.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much. It was wonderful to have you back here. Thank you. Few announcements. We have got Venerable Jampa joining us. He's coming to the center September 20th. He's a feng shui expert, so he'll be happy to have individual consultations. If you want to sign up, just email me for now, spc@kurukulla.org. I'll put it in the newsletter as well, but just SPC. And then we can talk to Venerable Jampa and set something up. He'll also be doing some teachings as well as a small weekend workshop. At the moment, it's looking like we can do it for the week after, for September 12th, but there may be an option to do something the next weekend as well. So he's very flexible in terms of what he's going to teach, and I'll meet with him on Tuesday or Wednesday to get that all set. But very important, contact me if you want to set up an appointment with him. Other than that, we've got Tara Puja coming up this coming Tuesday. Everyone very welcome to come and join us. Can't think of anything else. I think we're very kind of quiet, yes?
Do you know how much the consultation will be?
No idea. I'll talk to Venerable when he's here so we can find out. That's it. Thanks everyone for joining, and as always, we run on donations, and thanks.